Gate set in a teasy.
You know who it is. One man back with one man reacts. I got Caitlynne Curtis. Harder to say goodbye. Now, everything I heard her in, she just destroys. It was like one track so far that she did with Struggle Jennings that she didn't go as hard as she always does, but the track didn't call for her to do that. I love her voice. Like on God, We Need You Now, flawless victory, fatality. If you ever play Mortal Kombat or know anything about Mortal Kombat, you know what that means. Flawless victory, man. Perfect. I haven't did a song by her, by herself. It's always with Struggle Jennings. But this one, she's by herself. And I'm going to get right into it, man. I love her voice. Like I be saying, sometimes she reminds me of Rihanna. I don't know why, but sometimes she do. Let's go.
Sometimes I really just wanna call you, but I know I can't. And I wish things were different, cause I miss the phone calls that we had. And I know it's not a good time to mention this, but I can still taste the alcohol from your lips. And no matter where we end up, I'll always have you in my heart. Cause you were the first love that felt right, and I'll never forget that night when you told me you loved me with tears in your eyes. Wish we could have just one more night, cause you were the first love that felt right. It makes it harder to say goodbye. Wish I could take your hand and just run away. Instead I run alone with your memory. Everything I know we could be keeps chasing me. I guess it's time to let go of what used to be. And no matter where we end up, I'll always have you in my heart. Cause you were the first love that felt right, and I'll never forget that night when you told me you loved me with tears in your eyes. Wish we could have just one more night, cause you were the first love that felt right. That makes it harder to say goodbye. Cause you were the first love that felt right, and I'll never forget that night it harder to say goodbye. Harder to say goodbye.
See how she be killing it at the end? And I didn't think she was going to give it to me in this song because she was just, the song was already perfect without her giving me that at the end. But like I said, flawless victory. And then the fatality. It was already flawless victory. Then how come this is not on the radio? Well, it might be. How come I never heard it on the radio? I'm not saying it's not on the radio because I don't know. How come I never heard this on the radio? How come? It could take the spot of whatever you want to, whatever you name that's on the radio, it could take the spot of that song. Well, unless it's a rap song and you got to hear like rap. Or unless it's a country music song and you got to hear country music. Or unless it's a rock song and you got to hear. But when it comes to this lane right here, any spot. I put this up against, name somebody. I put this up against it. Period. The one thing I like, scratch that. The one thing I love about me starting this channel is the music that I never would have heard if it wasn't for y'all, people in the comment section. I would have never heard of her. Or by the time I would have heard of her, it would have been probably years later because I was already listening to Struggle Jennings and Jelly Roll. So I would have heard, before this channel, I was already listening to Struggle Jennings and Jelly Roll. That's why I don't do a lot of Jelly Roll reactions because I've seen a lot of his shit already. So I would have probably got to her. But it's so much shit I would have never heard if it weren't for y'all. And it's like untapped. Even though people know her, like, but it's still like untapped to the masses, man. And it's so crazy. I mean, it's always been like that with rap or whatever. But it's crazy. Like music like this, like it's crazy, man. Like it's millions of people out there that'll never be heard. I'm not talking about her because we hear her, we're listening to her now, and she got views. But I'm just saying, like other people, it's like people that never been heard that's better than people that you do hear. But it'll always be that way. It'll never change. It'll never change. The internet, it's a good thing for the internet though, because now we get to hear people like those millions of people and people like Caitlynne Curtis. So it's a good thing about the internet. Like and subscribe. I love her. I love her. One.
Gate set in a teasy.